Now look, I know this is mostly a Sonic focused channel, but I really wanted to talk about Battlefield 5's Firestorm, so let's get right into it. And I know this is cringy, but you'll figure out why later. Now, the main reason why I wanted to talk about Battlefield 5 today is because a lot of people, what I've seen on the internet, are actually not, they're saying they don't like Firestorm. And I wanted to be one of the guys who completely said, that's the complete opposite. I love Firestorm. It is my favorite Battle Royale I've ever played. It feels the smoothest, it feels the coolest, it feels the most balanced in pace. It's amazing. You know, compared to all the other ones, and I haven't played them all, this one just feels, the most polished isn't the right word, but it's the most solid. That's the best word, solid Battle Royale. Compared to Apex, Apex is cool, it's frantic. You always have to jump in a squad of 3, which I find is a big problem because I like to solo play a lot. This game gives me the option to solo play. I've never really played Black Ops 4's Battle Royale. I can assume that one's okay, because it has Call of Duty's method of shooting, you know, it feels solid. Battlefield, I've been playing it a crap ton. Battlefield 5 specifically, I've been having a good time. They released Firestorm, it's awesome. You know, compared to games like PUBG, PUBG feels more realistic and down to earth, which sounds weird, but it feels clunky when I play it. Compared to the smoother shootings of like Call of Duty or Battlefield, it feels clunky. And I guess you could just say I could get good and actually play the game better, but that's one of the biggest downfalls of me playing PUBG for. And I've played the game for a good at least 80 hours, and I know that's kind of small numbers compared to a bunch of other people, but I just enjoy playing other FPS games a little bit better. Firestorm feels way better in that regard. The only parts I hate the most is the matchmaking takes forever, the countdown timer takes forever, and that's almost about it. The loot is fine, the inventory system kind of sucks. I usually am a defensive player in Battle Royales where I drop off by myself. I don't like to drop in hot and try and kill everybody around me and then go from there. I usually like to drop in by myself and then sneak my way into the battlefields and kill people who find me. But this game is perfect for that. There's always usually weapons around. There's not overabundance of gear you don't need unless it's in the area that you need it in. Like with vehicles, you need to actually give it gas and ammunition. Like tanks need ammunition. You need to do that. You gotta pour it in the gas, you gotta put in the ammunition. Usually they have all those things around the vehicle. So if you don't want to be around the vehicle in those set spawn locations, just spread out and go get the weapons you want to try and find. It works perfectly fine in that regard. Now, my biggest thing when Firestorm first came out was it feels empty. When you win or you're close to winning, it feels like you didn't really accomplish anything other than you got XP because there was nothing to earn. But with the Tides of War just coming out, it feels cool to play. You know, you're working towards the XP you want to earn, the gear and all the cool camouflages on your guns and the stinking freaking armors your character has where they have useless junk all around it they don't need. And stuff like that. It feels fun to play. I play it with squads all the time. It feels good in that regard. Even when you're a 2-man squad, you have a chance to take out a 4-man squad, and that feels the most, it's like the most satisfying thing when you take out an army double your size. It's amazing.
We won. 2 alive.
We didn't win.
We won! Yeah! Look at that! My boy. Yeah! We play pacifist run. Now I'm gonna scroll up to a completely different tangent here, but some people criticize the map being too flat and kind of boring, but I actually really also praise the map design. It has multiple areas to play in. It has a completely snow-covered area. It has a plains filled area. It has a foresty filled area, and even some beach areas with the lakes. It's varied, and I always think that's a very, very good thing compared to a lot of other battle royales. A lot of battle royales kind of shoehorn in like a desert out of nowhere. This feels like almost like a literal, it's organic, would be the best word to say, where you start off from the mountains and it works its way down off to the beach it was going to. It's the most organic looking map I've ever seen, and I know map design can be a huge criticism on what you think is a good map and what's a bad map, but having something open like that is kind of realistic, and I know realism isn't a thing we shouldn't be talking about in a video like this, but you can make cover from almost anything, even a couple rocks, a tree, a bush. You got to make the best out of your situation, and that's what makes Battle Royales great. The last thing I wanted to add before the end of the video was that things did get monotonous with the whole you didn't feel like you were earning anything, but as soon as Tides of War kicked in and you had things to earn by playing the game mode itself, things got a lot more energetic and it made you want to play the game over and over again. It got addictive, having to want to unlock some of the coolest cinder looking camouflages to the weird constant gas masks or helmets or body armor. It's a lot of that's a little more ridiculous in a certain way, but it's also just as cool. And from what I actually looked at for the first time I've ever seen, it looks like you can unlock hair for your freaking character, which I've been asking for since I've seen the trailers. And every time I see the trailer, like even in the Firestorm trailer, they have hair in it, they have all these kind of cool looking characters, and you're going to actually be able to unlock them in Firestorm, and I think that is amazing.
Now, with all of that said, all I have to say is, if you own Battlefield 5, give it a try, give it a couple tries, give it more than one time as a chance, because when I first dropped in, I died in 5 seconds. We dropped in as a squad. I got pretty much shot in the face twice. I lasted 15 seconds, and that would have been the most sour taste in the world. I gave it more chances, and I love it. So that is all what I have to say. I hope you enjoyed the video and the cringiness of my Sonic geared up Battlefield me, and I'll see you guys later.